Hello guys, thank you for joining me on my channel acevid. I'm acevid. Today I'm going to show you how you can create your own unique logo. So select the new file, and this default window is going to pop up where you're going to set your width and height. So guys, we're going to do this using this awesome drawing tool, Krita. Okay, so once you have done this, just follow the on-screen instruction like what I'm doing. It's very simple, guys. You can do this on your own. I hope that you have some knowledge on Krita, because I'm not really going to talk about everything right here, because you have seen it's quite complicated. But if you want some simple videos, you can just check my other videos. I hope that I have something in store for you. Anyways, once you have brought up the text tool, what you're going to do is this is what I did on my logo. I just began by trying to edit this letter M. So I was changing the font size so that it should be big enough for the screen, and it should be it should be visible. So you can set the font screen and font size, and select the font that you want. I have a lot of fonts, so I didn't let it show the part where I was selecting the fonts, but you can just select the fonts and take what's best for you. So I was selecting using the move tool to move my M on the center. So here it was still a vector, here it is still a vector. You can change it to be a paint. You can change it to paint, because when it's a vector you can't really edit. So you have seen that I was struggling right here. I forgot that this was a vector, so yeah, I was struggling right here. But you can change it. You can stop this not to be a vector. You can just convert it to paint. So when you convert it to paint, that's when your tools start working. So this is what you do when you want to convert it to vector, to convert it to paint from vector, sorry. Okay, so once you have done this, now you're able to edit. So I selected the select tool so that I can just edit the black part. Then I selected the gradient tool. When I was dragging this up, it was giving this cool effects. So that's how you do it. You select the select tool, which just selects the paint. So you just you click on the black paint. Then when you use the gradient, it doesn't really flow everywhere. It just flows in the black paint. So our M is looking great. I hope that you have maybe selected a letter which you love. It may be the beginning of your name. It may be anything. So here I was just trying to think of what to do next, as in trying to be creative. Okay, so I really also need to thank you guys for helping me through, as in I had my first video which has reached maybe 1,000 viewers. It's not much, but to me 1,000 viewers is a lot, because it's my first time to reach that. So I was very happy about that. So once you have selected the select tool, you're still on the select tool. Go to select. That's an option that's up above there. Then select glow. Then you can increase this to maybe select 4. And there's another outer layer which comes in those lines. So I was okay, let me try to be creative here. This was my first time to use this I mean the select option, as in the way I used it. So I was just experimenting stuff. So you can also experiment your own, as long as you're able to go back to them. So I selected the gray tool, and it really messed up everything. I really wanted the blue color, but then you can see there that it messed up everything. So I was wondering what's wrong here. And then I tried zooming in, I tried doing it again, same outcome. Then I was okay, I must be doing something wrong. Then I realized that the layer that I was using, the layer that I was coloring, the layer that I was dropping ink on, was actually above the layer that I didn't want it to cover. So what I did was just turn everything back to normal. Still trying. Okay, yeah, I turned everything back to normal. Then I just okay, let me not spray it like that, but let me change the layer. I tried looking that up, but the problem was I didn't let it. Okay, so there I see it. There I see the solution now. Yeah, I changed the layer, then I sprayed it there. So once I did that, it just colored the outer lining yellow. Then it didn't really affect the color that I had inside. So that was really the magic outcome that I wanted it to have. Anyways, still on the paint drop paint, I was like, okay, let me mix a lot of colors, so it shouldn't just be plain. It should be something that's colorful, something that's unique, something that's authentic. Yeah, I made authentic a word. Okay, so I was like, okay, let me just maybe add some more colors, some more outlining colors. I don't know if I'll mess this up, but it was a try. So this is what I did again. I was like, okay, I selected the glow side there again. Then I just like, before I selected another color, I went for red because these are brighter colors. Then before I dropped it, I made sure that I had a new layer. Then I dropped it down there. So when I added red, it didn't really give me a headache as when I was adding yellow. So this was actually the outcome that I wanted. You can also be attempting this on your own, cause we're on quarantine, guys, you know. So yeah, we need to try to be creative and stuff. You never know, you may go somewhere with this. So again, I went to the select tool, and again select option, and again I like went to the glow. I selected a value, then made it glow. Then again I went to creating a new layer, then selecting another color which was green. Then I made this. So it was turning out great. From where it is right now, it can be also a cool logo. Just you may just like do some bit of twitching, but it may be a cool logo where it stands. So I wanted this to be more. I wanted this to be unique. I really wanted this to be something. So here I was just like thinking, okay, what should I do next now? What should I do next? Was I've already done a lot, and I was like, okay, where should I go forward with this? Because you know, being an artist and you know, creating art isn't always that you plan everything. Some things just happen in the way. So I had a bunch of layers, like there are things that would even confuse you. So I was just trying to like add them, make them up. You can do this by pressing Ctrl E on your PC as a shortcut. Where I did like that as a shortcut, because you want to merge them. You don't really have to press buttons like merge. No, just do Ctrl E. So anyways, guys, thank you for even watching this far way out. I know it can be boring at times because you're just seeing one screen, but I'm hoping that you're there and you're watching this through. So here I was just, you know, trying to like add some glow color, and like, okay, this is not working out. And there, when you are doing art, you really need to be able to save, like be in the habit of saving things, because if you're not in the habit of saving things, you never know what may happen. Your PC may you know, like Krita may crash. So if it crashes, you may lose all your work. Because I even have this friend of mine who actually lost her work because she didn't really she wasn't really into the habit of saving things. So whenever you are not saving things, it really spoils up everything, because it can kill your mood. Okay, so I was just like, you know, trying to bring back the layers. Here I was like thinking, okay, should I add some effects, as in should I add some effect? These effects are very much cool. This option is very much cool. It's like my secret weapon on Krita. It's like my secret weapon. That's how I create my unique artworks, because I really don't have to do everything myself. It's the computer which does much of the cool editing. So I was like on the sphere. I selected on the sphere. So I think it's on deformation. So there's this sphere option. So I was like, okay. This wasn't part of the plan. This was just something that I was gonna like cut out soon. So don't really be bothered about me coloring it green already. I was just trying something out. But so I mixed again the layers. So I went back to that option on, I think, GMC filters. So GMC filters, these are the filters. There's just like sphere option. So I was like, okay, I'm trying to like, you know, adjust the links and stuff. So I was like, you know, there's this review window where it shows how how the readings which you have changed, how they are affecting and altering your artwork. So this is like where the magic part happens. After this, you can just do apply, and then okay, then it changes this to like this. It gave it this feel. Look, I'm gonna like do this on my own because I'm using a mouse right now, and I was using a mouse, so it was really hard, to get that kind of curve. So I was like, okay, I dragged it to a good position. Then I was like brainstorming, what should I be doing right here? So I was like, okay, let me try maybe duplicating this. Let me try maybe moving this somewhere. Then like I was into that. So don't forget to be saving. Really, don't forget to be saving. If you're not into this habit of saving, one day you'll cry. One day you seriously cry. Anyways, so I was like, okay, what should I be doing here? So select this thing which looks like a cross. After you have selected that, click on your artwork. Then you can like rotate it. You can like shrink it. You can do whatever you want to do with it, because that's how I came up with that. That's how I made that. That's how I made like that's how I loaded it and made it to first a different direction. I turned the M to a W and stuff. Anyways, if you are seeing this, like there are some things which you may be seeing as if they're mistakes and stuff. Don't worry, this happens a lot when you maybe select something and then you just want to spray paint somewhere. It just sprays the part which you have selected. So don't worry, you can just click left click and then select all. Select the option, select all. After that, it just clears up the selected area. Then you can edit the whole thing. Anyway, so I was like, okay, this looks beautiful. Again, maybe a logo on its own merits. So I was like, okay, this is turning out great, much greater than I expected. Then I tried saving that again. Sorry, I save a lot. I literally save a lot, but that was like okay, that was okay. Anyways, so I was like, okay, moving that up, moving that down. So I decided to duplicate that, then just to move that a bit. You will see that it has a white background. So I was like, okay, the white background isn't that cool. So anyways, I tried just trying to like duplicate that. And after you have duplicated something, what you need to do is like go to a layer option that's up above there. After you do that, you can just like go to transformation, and there's some options that appear. Then after that, you select like horizontal view. Then it just like changes the direction, as in face, as in it has this mirror effect. So anyways, I just selected the color option, then selected the white background just to delete it. After like I selected the white background, I just like cut it to another layer. Then I just deleted that because I really wanted this to be transparent, so that I could have like a lot of flexibility when I was like maybe duplicating this, so that I shouldn't really struggle much as I was struggling before. So there's some parts where I'm gonna like speed this up, because when you're doing art, you really don't know what's gonna come next. You're just like experimenting stuff until it's what you want, until it's something that surprises you. So I hope that that's what you're doing right there. I hope that maybe you have even selected another layer and then you're just trying out the effects. I'll really be happy if you guys would like maybe comment a link to some of your artworks that I maybe go and see, or something that you have done when you're watching this tutorial. So right here, what I was doing was just like trying if maybe I duplicate this, then add it together, how would it look like? If I do this and then do that, how would it look like? So I was really just into that part where I was just adding them up, then duplicating them up, like trying to see if something suits my taste, and if something is beautiful enough to be considered as a nice logo, as you have seen in the beginning. Because what I showed you in the beginning is really what's going to come up after all this kind of madness. Already, it's something like that. So I was just testing this up, like, okay, is this beautiful, is this what? So you can really just skip this part because it's not really necessary. I'm just trying to get you through how Krita is. You can even jump this part, I don't mind. Anyway, so I turned back to the original thing and went to just trying to duplicate one file and one picture, and then trying to see if maybe I'll have my own eureka moment. So bear with me, guys. Krita really needs patience. Krita really needs your artistic patience, as in patience is a virtue. So yeah, you need, like, actually you need that. Anyways, I really have to thank you guys, because most of the times I was already doing some Microsoft Paint, Windows Paint artworks. They were really great. I was very happy with them. They were much more advanced than how I'm doing art on Krita. But not a lot of people noticed that. Not a lot of people really flocked to see my artworks, and so I stopped making those Windows Paint videos. I make them here and there, but I have stopped, like, almost showing ambition on them. So anyways, so this is where, okay, so I'm still on the loading part. I was just trying, like, to see if I turn it that side, if I load it that side, how is it going to be seen. So when it became an M, I was like, okay, an M looks cool. This actually looks cool. So I didn't really expect it to look as cool as that, because what I expected was to have an M in the beginning, but then an M turned into a W, then it looked quite cool. So you can see that there's some on the transparent background, there's some white parts. So I was like, okay, I wanna, like, erase that. So I was just I picked up the spray pen tool. So I really made a mistake on the above option. Instead of clicking the eraser option, I clicked on the I think it's a lock layer option. So that's how I was failing to clear that up. But then when I realized what I did, I was like, oh my god, how stupid was that? Then bear with me, I will go back and realize what I did. Okay, so there I was like, I corrected it, and that's how it worked. I'm showing you all these errors so that you could really see that I'm also human. I'm not like a pro at this, and even pros making mistakes. So pros make mistakes, I also make mistakes. So if you could see me making mistakes, you also understand that Krita is actually something that you really need to be devoted to, and once you make those mistakes, know that you're not the only one. So sorry, I was just playing around with the visibility there so that I could, like, see how the thing that I created will blend in different backgrounds. So that's how I was like added a black background. I know that you can, like, do this because maybe you have some basic knowledge on Krita. It's very simple, guys. So what I'm doing right here is something that's child's play. You also right there can do it. Bear in mind that the logo that I was making right now hasn't yet developed, but this is how it developed. So I was like, okay, I went back to the white background, because the white background was actually the thing of beauty here. Okay, so yeah, I went back to the filter thing. This option, to me, is the magic thing about Krita, because I haven't really seen this in Photoshop at all. So just like playing around with some filter options. I think this is on distortion. I can't really see much, so I found this. I like, okay, I went back. I just made Eureka moment. No, not this one. So I went back again, not this one. Yeah. So when I found this, I was like, okay, this is something that's cool. That's something that, okay, this is something that even the Google dudes could actually like. So I was like, okay, let me just twinkle this a little. So that's how I reached my conclusion. I reached my Eureka moment. Like, okay, I have found it. Then I was like, let me not edit that, but let me duplicate that and then edit the duplicated file, because I already wanted to keep my aim, and also I really wanted to have that. So that's what I did. I like duplicated that, and I filled that the duplicated file so that it couldn't. I filled that the duplicated layer so that it couldn't spoil my perfect aim. So since Krita keeps the knowledge of that, it's very easy to come back to the same option. So just like applied things, and then that's how my logo became a thing. So you could see that the other area is also there, and that was transparent. So I just, like, made that to be invisible. Then after that, I was like, okay, so I was on the brush. You could see the brush. My brush is like this thing that sprays stuff. So I wasn't really using it to color anything as such, but I went back to my brush option, So after that I just like selected, I think, the erase tool. Then I made sure that I was just erasing stuff, like this should go. I wanted the middle part to remain, so I was just okay, this should go. Then this is how I was just erasing stuff, like erasing from the layer that I have filtered, I have made using the filter. Okay guys, so after I've done this, you could see like, wow, it's beautiful, right? It's beautiful, it's beautiful, it's beautiful, right? So after this I was like, okay, so after this I was like, I saved this because you need actually to save it. After I saved it, I was okay, I was like after I saved it, I was like okay, you need to save stuff, because if you don't save things, they are going to disappear and you're going to regret. And wow, I've talked a lot right now. And after this I was like, okay, let me just try several things, maybe flipping it around, moving it, dragging it to somewhere, to a certain place. I wanted to write some words there. I wanted to write some words as in write something as if maybe a logo or a name about music site or something that I had imagined. So I was like, let me just maybe add the abstract art and with the M together, like how it's being shown right here. So it's like the M is too big, then you could adjust that. I went to the arrow tool, which looks like a cross. Then you would see that there's something there that there's like a glitch, like it didn't collect everything that I reasoned. What's the problem? So I just went back and select all. You're supposed to select the select and press control on your left click on your mouse, then you select all, because that's an option whereby you can go back to the default settings, like the default selection. So I was adjusting the size of the W, like okay, trying to press it somewhere where I want it to be pressed, and that's how it was turning out. So I was like, okay, originally it was an M. Originally I began this whole crazy thing with in my head I had an M, like I want to make something, a logo that's gonna be something that's coming from an M. So just went back to my original idea of an M, then I dragged that to be there, and I was like, okay, where should the M be? Where should the M be as an M and be seen as an M? So I was like, okay, there it goes. I found it perfect. I found it okay. I'm not good at this, but this is okay. This is completely okay. So that's why I dropped the M. It's a little bit sphered with the filter, and then you got that abstract art, which is coming from also the same artwork. So Krita really makes this easy. So just like tried saving that. I saved that as a PNG, as an image, because you would also want to save it as an image and also a Krita file, because if you save it as a Krita file, you can always go back and see and edit what you made. But if you would save it as an image, such as PNG or a JPG, you're going to find it hard to edit, because it's not going to have layers anymore. It's just going to be an image. So when you're saving it as JPG, make sure that you select the light background. I think the background was already set on mine. When it's transparent, that's when it asks you to set a background. So this is actually what I made. This is actually what's beginning in the what you're being shown in the beginning of the video. So there wasn't very much I could do about like this anymore. I was like, okay, I think it's done right here. What matters is that if you just maybe create a tutorial about this and then show you guys how you can like create your own unique looking logos, because I've never really seen this anywhere in my life. I think I made this on my own. It doesn't really have any copyright claims. So here I was just even trying to make sure that I should save these multiple files maybe for my video, which you have seen already, and that's how it went. Sorry for the noise that was in the background. So I really didn't plan this all the way through, and I was kind of busy in the midway. Thank you guys for tuning in to my channel. I really love it very much. If you like, subscribe and follow me through, and we could really go together of this Krita stuff. Thank you.